All right. Welcome to Sdeke Podcast, the student edition, with the lovely, the smart Rebecca. Rebecca, welcome to Sdeke.
Thank you for having me.
Great. Before we go any further, I would like to start off by thanking Workshop 17 on Kloof Street for their wonderful facilities. If you're looking for a world-class studio to do your podcast or your interviews, Workshop 17 provides that. So to get back to our guest for today, Rebecca, can you tell us a bit about yourself and what you do?
My name is Rebecca. I am currently doing my Advanced Diploma in Tourism Management. I recently graduated from my diploma. I am working at a travel agency right now, so I am actually getting exposure from both the academic and industry side of tourism. So I've always been intrigued intrigued by how tourism connects people, cultures, and also creating experiences for people. So this is why I actually leaned into this field.
Great. And you say that you've always been intrigued by how tourism links people, right? Take us back to where this whole started. Where did that spark just go on? Where did you start loving it? And what caused you to choose to study this course itself?
Initially, I was drawn to tourism because I loved the idea of travel and experiencing people's cultures and all of that. But during my diploma, I actually realized that tourism is much bigger than that. It is more about planning people's travel, bringing people together from different countries, different backgrounds. And then it was also about how tourism works around the country, how it can benefit the local communities, and we also contribute to the industry, to the economy. So, yeah.
When you say we also contribute to the economy, are you referring to the regular, the public, or are you just referring to tourism itself as a sector?
Tourism itself as an industry, how it can actually contribute to the economy of a country.
Okay, great. Let's take a journey now back into because you said that you are currently doing your advanced diploma.
Yes.
That means that you've graduated, which is good. Already the first phase was done.
Yes.
Take us back to first year. How was it like, coming from high school and jumping into the course itself? How was the experience?
Actually, it wasn't from high school and jumping into it. I had 2 unplanned gap years.
Sheesh.
Yes. I had 2 unplanned gap years, whereby the first gap year, the second half of that year, I studied HR in Johannesburg. I didn't really like it. So for the following year, I just told myself I'm going to apply into varsity and all of that. But I didn't really prioritize it that much. So I took another gap year, not doing anything. And then I also applied for the year 2023.
Yeah.
That's when I got accepted at CPUT, and then I started my tourism journey. First year was not easy. It was not easy at all. I am introverted, so I came with this mindset: I'm going to school, and I'll just study and be me. And I also had this High School Musical mindset of going to college and all of that. But yeah, it was not easy. But what helped me through it is learning discipline, consistency, and time management. Those are really important.
Discipline, consistency, and time management.
Yes.
But you also mentioned that it was not easy. What made it not easy? Because I'm thinking from what I initially thought tourism was just, helping people to travel around the city or whatever the country, and that's it.
Yes.
What actually made it hard? Was it the subject? Was it the course itself?
It was a lot of the things that contributed to the whole thing. I am this young woman who moved to a whole different city that she doesn't know, knows no one.
Yeah.
And then there's also school. So I had to navigate through academics, the pressures of it,
Yeah.
and also personal growth itself. So, yeah.
So first year you navigate through this new experience of coming from Pretoria, right?
Yes.
And also you've been in Johannesburg, coming to Cape Town, readjusting, and then you overcome it. Then how was the second year? Like just like a step
Yes.
to the next level. How was it?
Second year, I thought it would be good. Honestly, first year I went through all the trials and errors and whatnot with academics and life itself. I thought I got this, but then the pressure of school adds up. I just told myself, oh, so we're doing the same modules. It's just gonna be a continuation and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then what I saw from that is that most students actually tend to neglect the subjects or modules that look easy.
Yeah.
And focus on the hard ones. And then when they lose marks from the ones that they thought were just easy,
Yeah.
and they just it becomes a mess. It becomes a mess, and they fail some of the subjects. Now they have to move on to the other, and now you have these subjects that you're doing from the previous year, and you have these ones. So being intentional and not this is important, time management, being able to manage your time well. And with higher education, I realized that yes, time management and being intentional about your goals will help you in the long run.
Great.
Yes.
You mentioned about it. You spoke about certain subjects that are perceived to be easier than others, and others perceived to be harder than others.
Yes.
Can you talk us through some of the subjects, maybe from first year and second year, that create a certain perception of being easy and hard?
With my course from first year, I could say the modules that many students in my class thought are easy, just a walk in the park, was communications. There was a module called communications, whereby they just teach us about communication basically in the workplace, the professional place and whatnot. And then there's BCA. BCA is business computer applications, where they teach us about computers, learning Word and all of that, everything computer related. And the other one, destinations. Yes, destinations. That one, I think it just has a lot of information. It has a lot of information, overload information, because you have to learn about the destinations, everything about it, the attractions and whatnot. So again, time management. You just think that I'd have to study for Cape Town. I just have to know this and this about Cape Town. First year it was South Africa, and I need to know about this and this, Gauteng, this and this way in South Africa. And then you think that you have enough time until you realize that you actually don't. So those are the 3 subjects that were perceived easy. Yes, I could say.
And the hard ones?
The hard ones, which are still hard
to
this day. It was tourism management, tourism development, and travel and tourism. Okay. Yes, tourism development and planning, and then travel and tourism. Yes.
What do those subjects, I know someone can say you can hear it by the names, tourism, travel, is it travel, what?
Travel and tourism.
Travel and tourism. What do they really focus on? Because we don't want to assume that because it's travel, that means you're traveling. What do they really focus on in terms of a subject?
Each module, each subject in tourism, actually, they are the ones that actually made me realize that tourism is actually broad.
Yeah.
So they all tackle aspects or touch almost every industry in tourism. So travel and tourism works with traveling, the transport sector, the airlines, all of that, the rates of exchange, the things that you should consider should you go into the travel industry, which I'm in right now. And then tourism management is management itself. It's more corporate.
Yeah.
We're talking about your office work, you know, being in HR in the tourism industry and whatnot, or being a manager
Yeah.
in a hotel, front of house, being a clerk, something like that. It's more kind of office based, I could say. And the other one is no, it's not destination. It's
Yeah.
management. Oh, development. Development is your sustainability, your environment, you know, the impact that tourism has on the environment, on the community, the cultures. You know, we do have these tours whereby we visit Table Mountain. Table Mountain is a natural thingy, you know. Now it's a national park. So talks about conservation, conserving it and all of that. Cultures is when we have those cultural tours, you know. It tells you how the local communities can actually give people those experiences, create experiences for people, but also educate us, the people that are working in tourism, and also the tourists, on how to respect the community and also the cultural things. So it's more about conserving and the cultural aspects, the environment, the impact of tourism on people, their livelihoods, the environment. That's tourism development and planning.
Wow. The more you speak about it, the only high school subject that can come to mind, two actually, it's English and history, right? Maybe geography or some, maybe geography as well. What are the subjects at high school that you've deemed important for one to succeed if they want to study tourism management?
First of all, I will say this. Tourism wasn't always my first
Choice. Yeah.
Yes, it wasn't. I wanted to do LLB. But
Okay.
so the subjects that I chose,
Yeah.
the major ones were tourism, history, and geography. And then the other ones are just common. Oh, I did also mathematical literacy.
Okay.
And then the other ones, English and Setswana and life orientation.
Yes. Okay, great. You've already spoken to us about your first and second year. Can you talk us through your third year, which I'm assuming would be the year of your practicals and stuff?
Yes.
Talk us through that. How was it, your internship, balancing internship, and also studying at the same time?
I could say it was the hardest because third year, how we work in our institution is it's 6 months of study and 6 months of internship. So they literally have to compress all that year's work. It's a year module. So they had to compress all the work and make it like a semester module. Okay. So first year, second year, you're used to studying the whole year to make sure that you pass and make up for those marks that you lost throughout the year. Yeah. But then we just had 6 months. So you had to pull your socks up and make sure that you study. You eat the book. Yeah. You had to make sure. So there was that, and also the pressure of getting an internship. As much as the institution actually does arrange these interviews for us and whatnot, we are a lot in class. And they would probably take like 10 students to go for an interview whereby they're looking for maybe 3 max, 3 interns in that company. And we are 10. So also the pressure of that. But thankfully, I went to an interview, and how many were we? I think we were 7, and I was actually liked on the spot.
Nice.
Yes, I was liked on the spot, and I actually loved it too. So I was like, I'm staying with them, and I did my internship there. I learned a lot of things. One thing that actually made me realize is that theory and doing industry work are 2 different things, but they're both equally important. They are.
Okay.
Yes. What we
How so?
learned, what we
Yeah.
learned in class, with the okay, travel and tourism, I didn't really pay that much attention in class,
Yeah.
but I did know what it was about and whatnot. So going into the internship into the travel industry, I realized that it is different. It is different, and as much as they kind of describe it as the back door or the back of house, the people that are in the hospitality industry, you call it back of house, we're all in the behind the scenes.
Okay. Yeah.
It's more hands-on though. It's more hands-on, and the one thing that stood out to me is how we create itineraries. Yes.
Okay.
Creating itineraries is actually easier in the industry than how they did it in
I'm
class.
asking for listeners who do not know what are itineraries.
Itineraries.
Yeah.
Okay, itineraries is the travel plan that
Okay.
we put together for you.
Yes.
You give us a specific destination that you want to go to, you give us your budget, and then we will plan everything for you. Logistics, which is the transport, we will consider everything, the routing, the travel times, and everything. Make sure that it actually does fit your budget. If it doesn't, we'll suggest alternatives for you. So that is an itinerary.
Awesome. Wow. I'm learning. I'm really learning. I didn't know that tourism was that complex. At the back of my mind, I just thought it was you being a tour guide and nothing more,
Yeah.
But I'm learning. Now you've done your first and second year and your third year. You graduated,
Yes.
already got your first belt. You go girl.
Yes,
And now
thank
you are doing your advance.
Yes.
How is it compared to you doing your undergrad? Because or how is it compared to you doing your diploma, your advance right now
Yes.
that you're doing?
How is it? It's basically getting more in-depth teachings, I could say. You're learning more about the industry.
Yeah.
So it literally deepens your understanding about the industry. Because now in advanced, we have a module called research, whereby, here's another thing again. We do actually have professionals that actually dedicate their lives or go into this field whereby they conduct research about tourism, impacting whatever aspect in our economy, in our world. So there's also the research aspect of tourism. So it basically just deepens your understanding about the industry.
Okay.
Yes, you get more in depth.
Yeah.
Now you know why tourism development is important. Yes, now you know how tourism management in companies works, as mostly the managing the destinations or managing the properties in the hospitality industry, managing the airports and whatnot. You get to know how they actually drive that.
A common saying I hear is that compare your diploma to your advance, or let's say your bachelor to your master's, is that the more undergrad stuff are broad, and then once you've graduated, it become more streamlined. Could you say it's the same thing in this case?
Yes, I would say that. I would say that.
Okay. You are currently working and studying. How do you do that?
I don't know how I do that. I just do it. But yeah, it goes back to the foundation I laid down for myself from first year, which was learning discipline, consistency, and also time management. Because now, not only do I have tasks that I need to complete from work, I also have deadlines with my academics. Because advanced, we work around with a lot of assignments. So I have a lot of assignments. I will be honest, it is not easy. It is not easy, but it gets easy with how you carry yourself. And I would also say that do not isolate yourself. Do not. Go out there, network, build relationships you can rely on. That makes things easy instead of trying to like carry the weight yourself. Because now you can ask for help whenever you need it. So, yes, that's how I'm getting through and juggling everything around.
Do you know one thing that I find very fascinating about this interview and this conversation rather,
Yes.
is that you started off in Johannesburg with HR, right?
Yes.
You didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
You went to study again. What was it? Was it still HR?
No, I didn't study after HR. I
Okay.
had that gap year that I didn't do anything.
Yes.
And then 2023, I came to Cape
You
Town.
pulled yourself up, after noticing that this doesn't work for me.
Yes.
But you're still like dedicated in whatever you do, right?
Yes.
It means you need to have a very good like balance in life. So with that, in that moment of grinding, and keep on grinding and maintaining your focus,
Yes.
what do you do for fun? As you're doing, what do you do for fun? Because I believe that you don't just study and not have a life.
What do I do for fun? I'm very introverted. Let's start there. I'm very introverted. So what I say is fun, people can be like, oh no. But what I do for fun is just putting my laptop aside, putting my phone aside. Or I don't put my laptop aside, but I close all the tabs and whatnot. Binge watch. Yes.
Series.
Yes. I binge a lot.
Yeah.
So I do that. But every now and then my friends just be like, let's go out, let's go see this, let's go see that. You say you're a tourism student, but you've never been to Table Mountain. You've never been there. Don't do that. So I do go out and see places and do stuff and whatnot. But what I see as fun is just chilling and binge watching. Also eating my comfort food. And that's just me.
Awesome. We've got to hear who you are, what you do, what makes you excel in whatever you're doing.
Yes.
Right now, let's wind the clock forward to 4 years from now, maybe. What are your future plans? Or let me just wind it back to the end of the year or next year. What are your future plans and goals?
Well, the end of the year, obviously, I would have completed my diploma. That's the second belt bagged. I would still be working at the company that I'm working at right now, but I want to actually grow in this industry. I want to grow professionally. I want to be able to see myself in a place whereby I grow and also be able to tap into the international industry. Because right now I'm pretty local. I'm still new. So that would be great if I start working out and just experiencing how broad tourism is. Because it is broad, and experiencing tourism on a more international level. So
Great.
that is me.
As the saying goes, the sky is your limit.
The world is my oyster.
Oh.
My tourism management lecturer said that to me last year. Yes, the world is your oyster.
Nice.
Go out there, do it.
Go out there, do it all, win, expand in all that you do. So, to end off, what are your advice to someone who's currently in grade 10, even grade 12, thinking about studying tourism management? What is your advice to them, or even an advice to your younger self as well?
I'll just go with the with the others. My younger self. Oh. But what I can say is have fun with it. Let's start there. You've applied, you've been accepted into varsity. Let's say that. You've applied, you've been accepted into varsity. yes, it does come with its pressures and whatnot, but have fun with it. Have fun. Do not get cooped up and just say, I need to pause, I need to pause.
Yeah.
Because you do hear things when you start. You
Mhm.
do hear things, they tell you, to secure funding, you need to have an average of this, you need to do that. And that gets to you.
Yeah.
That gets to you, and you neglect yourself. So
Mhm.
have fun with it, and don't forget to stay disciplined. This is higher education. It's not like high school whereby you're gonna have a teacher come to you and be like, you need to study, or we're gonna call a parent teacher meeting. I thought so. I thought we would actually study first year. Now it's popping in my mind. I thought so. I thought they'd probably call my mom and whatnot. There's nothing like that in varsity.
Yeah.
So you won't have anyone running after you and
Mhm.
whatnot. So you have to stay grounded too. Have fun, do all those things, but stay grounded. Be disciplined. Learn discipline. Learn consistency and time management. Don't do this thing of you saying, "Oh, we still have 2 more weeks. We have study weeks before we start
Yeah.
exams in varsity." Don't just wait for that study week to study everything. Do not do that. Plan your times accordingly, study accordingly, and you'll do good. You'll do good. And be intentional. Be intentional. If you came into varsity first year, you don't like what you're doing, and you thought you'd grow into it, it's okay for you to apply for another one
Yeah.
next year and continue. You don't have to like continue, and then next thing you end up miserable and start hating yourself or everyone around you. So there's also that. Yeah.
Great, great. You've heard it from Rebecca. Have fun, but within bounds. You know, don't be dedicated. Have what brutal or egregious time management. You know,
Yes.
that's how you
Yes.
succeed. And yeah, and now that we also have to respect time and unfortunately come to the end of this session, you know, Rebecca, thank you so much for being such a wonderful guest. You've been nothing but a breath of fresh air, and I really enjoyed and I learned a lot. Now I know that tourism is not just traveling and leading people on tour guides. It's more than that.
It is.
So yeah, nothing but the best. We wish you nothing but the best for on your career, and you go for it. You know, be
Thank
a,
you.
what an industry tycoon.
Yes,
One day
yes.
when I want to travel to Alaska, I know who to call.
Yes, you do. You sure do.
Great.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome.